Well, it's that time of year again. Now that I'm dressed for the occasion, we wanted to take a minute to share with you everything we've learned about desktop concentrate vaporizers in 2025 running our DAB bar. Whether you're looking for one of the easiest to use, quickest to learn options like a Puffco, a budget-friendly, powerful device like a Carta, or the Mac Daddy Dr. Dabber, we have an option for you. We want to make sure you shop right this Christmas season for that Grinch in your life. Keep them merrier this next year. Kicking off our closer look, we have the most affordable device on our list. This is the Puffco Peak. The Puffco Peak is what we affectionately call the Apple device of e-rigs. The reason we call it that is because you can hand it to pretty much anyone and have them learn and operate the device within about 5 minutes. The device is a very simple design with just one glass attachment, one atomizer, and your base/battery. Single button operation on the back makes this about as easy as possible for anyone to learn. Simply hold the button for 3 seconds to cycle the device from on to off or vice versa. While the device is on, you can click this button one singular time to cycle between the different heating modes. Blue is going to be your low mode, green will be medium, red will be high, and white is affectionately named peak. This device is often considered one of the easiest to use because once you have it set to your preferred temp level, you're pretty much going to leave it there all the time and just click the back button 2 times to start a session. While the device is heating up, you'll notice that the light does have a gentle flash, as well as a vibration notification to let you know once it's fully up to temperature and ready to hit. One of the main problems with this device is that it does require a weekly cleaning regimen. If you do not maintain this atomizer on a week-by-week basis, you will start burning through them faster than expected. Let me explain why. This is an up-close look at your atomizer. You'll notice that it has a screw-in style, which makes contact with this plate down here in the bottom. The hole you're seeing right next to my finger is the exit path for concentrate vapor as it starts entering the glass attachment. Unfortunately, as this concentrate vapor sits in this little bowl here, it will start to condense and become reclaim. That reclaim can build in between the connector from the base to the atomizer. Once that reclaim starts to build up, you will start to notice that the device flashes red and white when you attempt to fire it. Unfortunately, that is due to the device not recognizing the atomizer through that electrical contact. While it is not a pain to fix, it does require that you take some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip to wipe out any remaining reclaim in that area. While that isopropyl and Q-tip trick may fix most of the red and white flashing that you see, there are some cases where it does get a little worse, and we prefer to soak the entire atomizer in a small bucket of isopropyl alcohol. The isopropyl alcohol is non-conductive and will not harm the device or the atomizer, but it will ensure that it does dissolve any of the remaining distillate, reclaim, or concentrate that you have in the atomizer, ensuring the best chance of saving it in the event you're facing the red and white flash of death. Next up on our list, let's talk about the Puffco Peak Pro. This is the big brother to the Puffco Peak we just talked about. The Puffco Peak Pro is going to be one of the most expensive devices we talk about today, coming in at $420. That's a whole $200 more than the Puffco Peak. So what do you get for that extra $200? Well, first off, you get a 3D XL chamber included with your purchase. What is that 3D XL chamber? The XL portion of that stands for a larger chamber. That larger chamber is going to allow you to load more concentrate in, or alternatively provide more surface area for heating of your concentrate. That larger surface area provides more vapor at a quicker rate. Most of our customers will relate that to a more potent high as they're getting more THC in a shorter amount of time. With that being said, whether you're looking at the Puffco Peak Pro or the Puffco Peak, both of them use a 3D chamber design. The 3D chamber simply means that it heats from all angles. Both the bottom of the cup is heated as well as the sidewalls. This is to ensure a more even vapor production throughout the session, regardless of size. The Puffco Peak Pro uses the same sort of form as its little brother. On the back, there's a single button to swap between your power modes as well as to turn on or off the device. The main difference in these power levels compared to the Puffco Peak is the fact that the Puffco Peak Pro also has a companion app for you to pair this device to. Pairing this to your phone allows you to not only customize the lighting profiles on the device, but also the 4 individual heating profiles. With that being said, you can set a customized profile to 420 degrees, 460 degrees, 520 degrees, 550 degrees. It's your level of control that you want to customize your dab to. Along with customizing the temperature, you also get the option to control the length of the session. So if you prefer a shorter 20-second dab for 1 or 2 hits, and then you're ready to put it down for the next session later on in the evening, or whether you're like me and you want a 60-second power session, this device will have you covered regardless. This does have the same issue as its little brother, where it does require weekly cleaning if you do not maintain this device weekly. The contacts are once again readily available for reclaim to condense onto, breaking that connection. Best practices for this device will be weekly dunks into isopropyl baths. Let it sit for about 30 minutes. Once it's fully soaked in the isopropyl alcohol, feel free to go ahead and remove it, set it on a napkin for another 30 minutes to an hour to fully dry, preferably someplace with airflow to ensure that you are not going to be inhaling any alcohol fumes during your next session. Switching brands on you here, let's talk about the Focus V Carta 2, what I like to call all-reliable. The reason I call this device all-reliable is that it was recently sunsetted by Focus due to a settlement with Puffco. With that being said, this device now comes with a hefty price drop due to the fact that it's no longer being manufactured. It still comes with all the same warranty and same benefits that you would get with purchasing a brand new device. One of our favorite features about this device is the built-in screen. By clicking the circular button at the top 5 times, you can turn on the device. Turning on the device, we can see that the screen will show us 2 key pieces of information. Number 1, the current temperature, and number 2, the current set time for sessions. By clicking the minus button at the bottom of the device, we can change the temperature in singular degree increments. This is awesome for customizing the temperature of your dab. After letting it sit for just a second, you'll see that it selects the temperature we have left it at. Clicking the plus button just above it gives us the option to increase or decrease the session length time. Very similar to how the Puffco operated, we have options to shorten it all the way down to 20 seconds, and with the Carta we have the option to extend the session all the way up to 2 minutes, depending on your preferences in session length. Unfortunately, Carta does use a very similar atomizer design to Puffco. What that means is that this is once again a screw-in atomizer. The screw-in atomizer design leaves this device susceptible to reclaim condensing on the connection, very similar to Puffco. With that being said, of course, once a week you'll want to dunk this entire atomizer in some isopropyl alcohol for about 30 minutes to ensure the best connection possible. One of the reasons you'll find this to be one of the most budget-friendly options on the market is the IntelliCore atomizer lineup. The IntelliCore atomizer lineup comes with not only a large and small option with 3D heating technology, it also gives you the option for a dry herb atomizer. So whether you're looking at concentrates or thinking that the person you're shopping for might be switching over to herb in the future, this device will have you covered. Wanted to make sure that we take a second to touch on one of the newest products on the market. That's going to be the Focus V Carta Sport. This is their answer to the settlement with Puffco. The Focus V Carta Sport has all of the same functionality that you will get from the Carta 2 minus the screen. With some improvements to battery technology, you can also get an additional 5 to 10 sessions out of a single charge on this device. So why is this the best budget option on the market? Well, you get access to the Connect app, which is going to give you options to control all of the 5 presets that are built into this device. If you want a customized temperature, you got it. Customized session length, no problem. And on top of that, the best budget that you can find on the market, access to all 3 IntelliCore atomizers with this device. Simply put, for $235, plus the cost of one IntelliCore Max atomizer of $100, you can have the Puffco Peak Pro for $100 less. I really think Carta smashed it out of the park with this one. Anyone should be picking this up if you are a budget-oriented shopper. And finally, let's talk about the Dr. Dabber Switch 2. While this is tied for the most expensive device on the list at $420 with the Puffco Peak Pro, this is my choice of device and what I use every day at home myself. The main reason that I went with the Dr. Dabber Switch 2 is due to its unique heating design. Instead of using a conduction heating method very similar to the Carta or Puffco, they have went with an induction cup. The induction cup does not require any electrical connections to be made from the atomizer to the device in order to operate. What that means is no reclaim can eke out of this cup and cause any sort of problems on my next session. This also allows for this cup to be the only option to be cleaned via a torch. If you've ever dealt with chazzing on a banger before, you know taking a torch and gently heating it will cause all of that black crud to disappear. That is exactly what you can do with these cups, whether it be the quartz option that they sell or the sapphire option in my hand here. Sapphire offering a more even and steady heating distribution. Once you drop that cup into the atomizer, you can simply place the top on and slide the glass in. On the front of the device, you have a fire switch which is surrounded by an LED ring. Tapping that one time will allow you to start the session. On the side, you'll notice that we have some LEDs which continue to light up and continue raising up the device to indicate how far into the heating cycle you are. Once you are at temperature, those lights will turn green as well as vibrate to let you know you're up to temp. The plus and minus down at the bottom of the device allow you to switch between the available preset functions. In the companion app, you have the option to completely control these temperatures by single degree increments. So if you want 420, 430, 432, whatever the number is, you can set it perfect for yourself. Where this device really shines is its two unique heating profiles. Option 1 is an ascent heating profile. Ascent heating allows you to have a cold start dab. On ascent, if you start your session at 420 degrees Fahrenheit, every second of the session will increase the temperature 1 degree. So 420, 421, 422, 423, so on and so forth until the end of the session. The inverse of that is descent. The descent heating profile starts at 420 degrees Fahrenheit and then will drop 1 degree of temperature every second, 420, 419, 418, 417, so on and so forth. This is the only device that has those heating profiles on the market. When you consider that this is the only one that's going to offer you that level of customizability, as well as the only one which does not have that unfortunate problem with reclaim condensing onto the connections, it makes it a no-brain choice for someone lazy like myself. If you're thinking that you may be shopping for someone that doesn't want to deal with the hassle of cleaning a rig very often, this would be my #1 choice for you.